Hello there. ReviewTechUSA here. Today we are going to take a look at some of the things Rich of ReviewTechUSA has said in the past couple of weeks in order to prove that he is in fact a hypocritical, entitled, bitch. Recently on Twitter Rich has been complaining about his lackluster subscriber growth.
There is no reason when I get 50 to 100k views a video that I am gaining only 30 subs a day. It statistically doesn't make sense. If my sub growth doesn't turn around by next month, I'm going to really have to reevaluate ReviewTechUSA and what my options are if I have any.
Okay Rich, let's look at when you first addressed this problem in the summer of 2017.
And times change, and people's tastes change, and people's demands change. And you know what? It's funny because it parallels to my YouTube channel. I realize, minus me flip-flopping and experimenting with different formats, and minus one, nothing ever really clicking. I've had the same format with my videos since 2010. And now it's starting to get stale. I feel it. It's been getting stale for a while, but now I really feel it. The format has gotten tired. My sub growth. That may have affected it too, but I think, people's tastes change, man. People get tired of the same thing, and I've been doing the same thing, and it's time for me to experiment. I have this office now, and to really get a focused idea and to grow and change my channel, because if you don't adapt, you die. And I feel like now, I've said it before, but this time I feel really like I'm at that breaking point. If I don't change and adapt and try new things with my content, I'm going to become irrelevant. I'm already starting to see it. So it's time to do something different.
Just to reiterate the main points.
People get tired of the same thing, and I've been doing the same thing. It's time for me to experiment, get a focused idea, and to grow and change my channel. And change my channel. If I don't change and adapt and try new things with my content, I'm going to become irrelevant. It's time to do something different.
So Rich apparently acknowledged that he was becoming irrelevant last year and swore to change because of it. So what exactly did Rich change in the span of almost 5 months, you ask? The true answer is basically nothing. Between the summer of 2017 and February of 2018, Rich of ReviewTechUSA made practically no effort to save his sorry ass from dying on YouTube. The only superficial change that he made to his channel was filming himself talking to the camera instead of overlaying the audio with gameplay. Still the same mundane news articles from N4G supplemented with shitty, uneducated opinions. Additionally, Rich stooped down to the level of exploiting children for money, as seen when he forced the child of another man to appear on camera for views. Remember, Rich isn't the biological father here. In more recent events, Rich has also plagiarized the viewpoints of other news channels, such as the Young Turks, to make up for his ignorance on most subjects and his inability to think for himself.
So, the audio you heard was from Dick on February the 13th. Good job, Dick. The audio that Dick decided to regurgitate was from February the 12th from TYT. Here is a guy that just blatantly rips off TYT. Listen to that audio, okay? Any adult that can rub two brain cells together understands that you ripped off the talking points from TYT from the February 12th video that you put in your February 13th video.
When Rich quickly broke his commitment to change his channel's content, he did what he does best by resorting to e-begging and accepting donations on Patreon, knowing that his shitty videos weren't generating revenue and that his easy-to-manipulate fan base would support his pathetic lifestyle. Since gaining support on Patreon, Rich has lost all commitment to change his channel, being the lazy fuck he is. Like making children, Rich's promises are easy to make but difficult to deliver. He has made a few half-assed attempts at this so-called change before, only to quickly give up. I suspect that these efforts are a ploy to appease his Patreon donors so that it looks like he's doing something while in reality he's living off the donations. Exhibit A. Rich makes a dedicated video on his channel claiming that he's going to implement permanent changes to his video format only to chicken out after the first attempt fails.
And yes, I am talking about a format change. I tried a format where it was one long video with multiple topics. And actually, to be honest with you, the video actually worked out very well. It got good views. It got a good response. But there was a lot of you, including me, who liked having those longer format videos on my channel. You just like having that long video because there's a lot of you who said, hey, Rich, I treat YouTube like a podcast in my car, and I like that there's just one long video talking about everything. And what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to have a long format video and short format videos on my channel every time I upload. And it's a win-win all around, so everyone's happy.
3 days later.
Yeah, the long format video did terrible. Guess just single topic videos. Oh well.
Rich, you can't say it didn't work after one day. If you want to go back after giving it a fair chance, then fine, but you need to do it at least 7 times to get a fair read on if it will work. Exactly, he's doing just like he did with gameplay. He needs to actually try it.
What a fat fucking joke. Rich didn't fool anyone here. He again flip-flopped his format to fool his subscribers into believing that he's actually putting effort into his channel. Rich would much rather live off his Patreon money than put any real work into his content. To top it all off, he seems to have a sense of entitlement towards gaining new subscribers as seen in the tweets we've already mentioned earlier. Again, Rich believes that he's entitled to sub growth not because he creates quality content, but because of the large following he already has. I find this pretty humorous when paired up with the following statements Rich made in his video discussing YouTube's new partnership program policies.
Maybe YouTube was slightly easier back then to garner a subscriber base, but not by much, okay? There was days I would get excited if I got 2 new subscribers, if I got 50 views on my video. That was a good day for me. And that lasted and that stayed that way for years. It wasn't like I just magically started uploading videos and getting hundreds of thousands of views per video right when I started. It was tough. Yes, YouTube is hard. To become successful on this website is hard. It took me years to garner any kind of following. I remember I hit 1,000 subscribers and it felt like I hit 5 million subscribers back then because it took forever. It took forever to get any traction, and even when I started getting 1,000, 2,000 subscribers, I was still getting virtually no views on my videos. It's challenging. It's not easy. YouTube is not easy.
What changed between then and now, Rich? Most YouTubers would be extremely grateful for the subscribers and views they're receiving regardless of the numbers. But you only care about the ad revenue. You are one of the few ungrateful pricks who would have the nerve to complain about gaining only 30 new subscribers per day, with your shitty content nevertheless, and then claim how appreciative you were of subscribers when you started. It all makes sense now. You see your fanbase as disposable. You needed them to get your channel off the ground, but once you got what you wanted you disposed of them like trash. You only care about your ad clicks per views ratio and how much money you can get from Patreon. I have a question for you, Rich. When was the last time you actually gave back to your viewers instead of begging for money? I would like to know. To conclude this point, we can get a glimpse of how Rich continues to excite his fan base with potential new ideas that he won't deliver on in order to keep that Patreon money flowing in. Exhibit B.
I will say this. I see a lot of music production and streaming on my future. Maybe this crossroads is a blessing in disguise. I may try streaming on Twitch. I may post some videos on YouTube trying to garner subscribers. I'm also definitely going to start making music full swing in March as well.
Notice how he specifically uses the word may in all of these statements. He is trying to minimize the damage that will be done to him in the future when people find out he never delivered on these claims. Again, their purpose is solely to excite people so that they donate to Rich now in hopes of seeing something new in the future. A Ponzi scheme really. I will be sure to keep an open eye out for your next flip-flopping scheme. Let's see how much false help Rich can instill in his subscribers before they all finally turn on him for being a hypocritical bitch. Until next time, this is ReviewTechUSA signing off. I hope you got a whiff of what is to come on this channel.